How much does a
real.
Prime Minister's personality impact on the NSA and vice versa?
Quite a lot, I would say.
Yeah.
A good team would be where they have established a good chemistry between themselves. It's not automatic. I mean, sometimes it has to be done. But where it happens, like Brajesh Mishra Vajpayee, Narayanan Manmohan Singh, Shiv Shankar Menon Manmohan Singh, now Doval Modi. So you could write a book on it.
The chemistry works, and you've seen all of them.
Yeah. So
So that
therefore
chemistry is important, right?
my lips are sealed.
Okay. But if there's that, you have to have 100% trust in your NSA, otherwise things won't work, right?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. You cannot have a situation where the NSA, you don't trust the NSA, or the NSA feels that his position is being undermined by someone else. And because, look, in a day, as the Prime Minister of India, I mean, this is not a small country. You have thousands of challenges. In a day, you're making decisions every moment. Now, it is quite possible that some decisions are wrong and some are right. You cannot have a 100% record. But so therefore, and a lot of decisions are taken in conversations. A lot of decisions are taken even by maybe a silent conversation. I mean, I don't have to, listen to you. I just look at you and I know what you want or what has to be done. So at that very high pressure
That firewall is maintained then.
is maintained. So the prime ministers normally do not also tend to get into this business of going around defending NSAs. They just keep quiet. I mean, the biggest defense of an NSA is that he continues. That's the defense the NSA enjoys. That we haven't so far had any NSA being removed. I mean, of course, during the election, there was a kind of a shift from Mr. Narayanan to Mr. Menon, but so that's the biggest defense.
Because with Brijesh Ji, it was like he was literally alter ego of the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
They were there all the time together, and many times the Prime Minister was unwell. He went in for surgeries and all, and everybody knew that it was Brijesh Ji who was taking all the decisions at that time. And with Mr. Doval, he's obviously, very close to the Prime Minister, which is why in 11 years one hasn't seen a change in that happening, even though, he's past 80. In spite of that, Prime Minister hasn't replaced him with anybody else. So PM's PMO is extremely close-knit, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think, you see, the NSA's post, when it was initially created and Brajesh Mishra was the first, those are difficult times because, as Principal Secretary, he was doing what NSA is doing today. But then when the job was bifurcated, because we went nuclear and then the nuclear structures were created, you needed to create a post which would service the India's nuclear weapons program. And that is how the post of NSA was born. So the first few years were difficult because how do you segregate something which was integrated for decades? And that process took some time to stabilize. Today, the functions of the Principal Secretary and the NSA are much better defined. And then in 2018, because of the more complex challenges that India faces, there was a very fundamental reform of the National Securities Council system. And that's when I also joined. And so today you actually have a serious National Security Council apparatus, which you never had before. You had one for 20 years, from 2000 till 2018. But, it fell by the wayside. Again, because of personalities, because of many other factors. But today you have empowered it in many, many ways. So it is in fact a reflection of all the complex issues we have discussed that you need. So in the PMO, the NSA and the Principal Secretary, both, I would say, occupy a very unique position in terms of access, in terms of proximity, in terms of trust, and also in terms of being empowered. Because they command lots of layers below them. So what typically happens is that they have a fairly good sense of what the Prime Minister wants. So they are the communicators of those decisions. but they also feed up to the Prime Minister.
And the smooth functioning of all of them working as a team is extremely important for the Prime Minister to succeed, right?
It's important. So therefore, every PMO is also very different. A PMO is not a ministry. It's a direct function of the personality of the Prime Minister and, interestingly, of the Principal Secretary and the NSA. Because they are all human beings. They are all individuals. They are not like robots. So every PMO is very different from the other.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा।
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है।
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब।
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप।
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI, it does not lie.